Hello everyone, it is me, Parker Production, and today Trevor is going to join me and Pops on the Farmhouse Virginia series. Say hello, Trevor.
What's up?
And Pops here.
Hey. Alright, we're ready.
Alright, show us the way, Pops.
Well, the first thing is, this is an old abandoned farmhouse, as you can easily tell because there's tractors parked all around here and old farm trucks. I don't think it's a terribly old house. It's been covered up with asbestos shingles, so it's probably got wood underneath. It's built on piers, but it has two chimneys coming right up in the middle, which is kind of an interesting phenomenon. Maybe 1880, 1890. And but the cool thing about this is this old tractor. This is an old John Deere tractor, probably built in the maybe around 1950, possibly a little bit earlier. It's a two-cylinder engine, and the two cylinders fired like this. This is a flywheel, there's one on the other side. They called it a poppin' Johnny because of the noise that it made. It would go, when it would fire, be pa-pow, 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 and it'd make this big poppin' noise. And they called them poppin' Johnnies. This tractor series was discontinued in the early 50s when they came out with a four-cylinder, normal-looking diesel engines. But a very unique old tractor.
Indeed.
And then there's a Oliver over here. This tractor is an Oliver tractor. That tractor over there is a case tractor. So these are old tractors. We'll go in the house in a few minutes. I'm going to look at something else down here. When trees start growing up in your sports car, you know they've been parked there a while. You see how those windows have, those are double hung sash windows. You see how there was two windows?
Yeah.
I think there was another one above it with two. So there was 2 over 2. Here you see 3 over 1. That's very typical of about 1900 construction, the year 1900. They didn't have the small panes like this. They had big panes. And so when you see a house like that, you can kind of date it from probably 1880 to 1900, something like that. This is an add-on. We've got aluminum windows. Here's another way you can tell this was an add-on. You see this? That's the same boards that are on the outside of the other house.
Correct.
So this was the side of the house, and then they added this shed onto it. Mm-hmm. And now it's something else. This is not so old because that lawnmower hadn't been here, sitting here too long. Yeah. But the house itself hadn't been occupied for a while. Hey, here's a good clue. We can tell when the house is occupied by the newspaper. What's the date?
That says 2002.
Okay, so it's 2016. So 14 years ago, somebody left that paper laying there. That's the Sunday, no, that's a Friday paper. So we know it's been abandoned for about 15 years. Typical old kitchen sink from probably the 20s or 30s or 40s had a Formica top with this band. That could be later than that. That could be 50s or 60s even. Dial telephone. How long since you seen one of those?
Oh wow!
See that?
I love those. That's cool.
So they went away in the 60s and 70s.
Wow, this is actually a pretty big house.
So this might have been the back door at one time.
Yeah, because
this is added on. See electric baseboard heat? That would be new. That'd be 50s type stuff. And see these little tiles? They're all big tiles now. Those are 9-inch tiles. Very popular back in the 50s. Not so much. Not, you don't see any of them anymore. So this was the back door out of the house. Look at this. Nice clean room. This is fine flooring. This is nice flooring here. And you see, you would have never had a window in the room. See, that window was on the back of the house, and then they added that other little piece on afterwards.
Yeah.
Hey, look, red carpet. Low ceilings.
What are you doing that for?
Well, at first I thought this was plywood. See that?
Mm-hmm.
It looks like plywood. I don't have my glasses on, I can't tell, but I think that's some kind of... Is that wood? Can you tell? Or is that some kind of a manufactured? It's not drywall, it's something different than drywall.
Doesn't look like
It almost looks like wood, doesn't it? Totally illegal today.
it would be illegal for it to be
that low.
Yeah.
So low that is, that have to be up higher. This house was fairly kept up until recently.
maybe someone died.
Those are cufflinks. Got a T or a J.
It looks
fish.
Looks like a C. Oh, it's a fish.
Here's some more cufflinks. Somebody liked to wear cufflinks. Look at that.
How old are cufflinks?
Oh, you can. I mean, people still use them.
How old do you think those are?
What's in here? This, oh, that's a sewing kit. See that? That looks like an army sewing kit. And I don't know what this is. Like you would put around your neck at graduation, something like that. I'll tell you what. What does that say? Directions guaranteed to producer.
Atomizer?
Atomizer.
Atomizer.
This is an atomizer. Not sure what that is. Wow.
It says atomer.
A perfume bottle. That's cool.
Directions. That's a pretty neat thing right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
How old do you think that perfume thing is?
I don't know. It's not. That's old, but not. I mean, maybe 100 years old, maybe less. I don't recall ever seeing anything like that.
Wow.
But
It's pretty neat.
not only is it cool, but it's original in the box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the directions. That's
With
crazy.
the directions. That is a neat piece of stuff. There.
That's crazy.
It's in the drawer. You know what this is? Oh my gosh.
Suspenders.
I don't think so. I think this is a school safety patrol belt that a kid wore. If he was a safety patrol, you put that across your shoulder and put that around, and you had a badge, and you put the badge on it. I know that because when I was in the 6th grade, I was a safety patrolman. And this is exactly what they look like.
That's funny.
So these were around about 1950.
Wow.
So that's 65 years older. I mean, they don't have school safety patrols. You know what they did? School safety patrol kids, it was like 5th and 6th graders. They stood in the halls and they wore their little thing and they had a badge. If it was blue, you were a captain. If it was red, you were a lieutenant. If it didn't have any color in it, it was just a regular safety patrol. And you stood in the halls, and when the kids would change classes, or just when they would go to lunch or whatever, you stood in the halls right in the intersections, you made sure kids didn't run and talk too loud.
They don't do that anymore.
We
I don't think they. If they have, do you have safety patrols?
But they don't have the rankings.
They don't have a badge. Man, you gotta have a badge.
What about this blue suitcase that's behind you? What do you think that is?
This right here?
Right on top of it, the blue. Ooh.
Oh, it's a typewriter.
Typewriter. How about that?
That's nice.
See, what's the brand? Can you?
Remington.
Remington. There's a little Remington
We've seen
typewriter.
some of those
This is-
before.
Yeah.
This is about a 1950s thing, I'd say. All right, see if you know what this is. You know what this is right here?
Laundry basket.
That's right.
Nice.
Clothes hamper.
Or that.
Yeah. All right, what's this right here behind you? Look at this. This is like something from 1900. There's a name for this. I don't know what it is, where it's like a silhouette on glass. You see that? And it's shaped. That's pretty cool. I don't know. Maybe this thing cranked. There's a way you could raise this up and down like this. Wow. And you see it's on a chain, but I don't see how the chain is. That chain is connected here somewhere, and it was some kind of mechanism by which you could crank. I was thinking it was this, but I don't know. I can't see in there.
Very, really neat.
Isn't that cool? Wow. That's a neat little thing right there. Definitely. Somebody can pay money for that. Wired them electrically,
Yeah.
and I bet that's exactly what that is. There is no basement here, is there?
I don't think so. Hey, I saw some interesting stuff outside.
You did, huh? All right. That's cool.
Alright guys, so we're back near the kitchen. And I just found some really cool stuff. Stuff that I love. Oil cans. This is really cool. This is some more oil related stuff. Oh, look at all these. Oh, wow. Look at these old skeleton keys. Here, I'll lean it up so you can see it. That's really cool. These are cigarette boxes. I don't know what this is. Oh, looks like they kept letters in here. What was...
Oh, what was that? I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, that looks like something you'd put a pipe in. See, it must have been another one back here, and they could put a pipe rack in there. That's the only thing I can think that would be.
So this is like a 50s Ford?
I would say this is about a 54, 55, but you know, I don't know what that is. There's a plate on the inside, but I couldn't find a date on it. Mm. But that's from the mid-50s, roughly.
Nice.
I just don't know what year it is.
Brown windshield?
They called it it doesn't have a thing in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Most old windshields sometime in the mid-50s, they put these one-piece windshield in and they kind of wrapped around. And this might be a 50s. It's mid-50s, but it could be a 56 or 57. I don't know.
Very cool.
Might even be older than that. That could be a 1959 or 60 even. Watch yourself. Old 6-cylinder Ford engine. Single barrel carburetor. Points and plugs, those old piece of crap things.
So this is the original engine?
Yeah, this is the original engine.
Nice.
Can you see a date? Sometimes you find a date on something. If you look at an engine underneath the hood now, see, you used to be able to stand right in there and work on it. This car was running not so terribly long ago, I don't think. It's not like it's all dried out and messed up. So hot today.
Wow, this thing is so beautiful. Look at this little
It really is.
Nuketown looking
Ford
symbol.
100.
You can barely see it though, but
It's a Ford 100, man.
red and white always looked good together on a truck or on a classic car. And now it's being used as storage, very sadly.
And there's an old barn. We didn't even look in it. We're coming back to find you. Is Trevor at the
Thank you everyone for watching the Farmhouse Virginia series on Parker Production. I hope you guys enjoyed this farmhouse, and see you guys next time.